Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Medieval Turks, Total Turks, Britain. Yeah, that works. I almost said Hashashin, which is a completely different series, and not even one that I'm recording at this time. Anyway, last time, Kali of Shiraz failed horribly against just a little tiny group of archers. Yeah, that was embarrassing for him. Let's see, it doesn't look like he actually got any negative traits for that. Unless you count a eunuch as negative, and I don't think he got the eunuch for losing that battle, so that's good. And I was thinking, I think it's time we start Milan. Milan. I didn't notice that army before. I notice it now. Okay. What do we want to do here? Well, I would say that generally speaking, the AI doesn't go for provinces that are not connected to them, but both Bruges and Antwerp are connected to a Milanese province, which means bad things for me. And what I was going to say before I got involved with that discussion is I think it's time we move this army out. And I was going to come down here and attack Frankfurt, but it looks like we have a new contender.
Was that an attack?
Oh, man. Okay. Well, I think that we're at the end of the turn, but I am going to do some recruitment here. I need to recruit an army to go help fight. And right now, the only place I can really do that is in Britain here. Which Britain is still making quite a large amount of money. It's quite good. We could probably even bump them up to very high taxes and they would not be upset. 77, 73, that is a delicious trade. And taxes. The taxes can't be looked down upon either. I'm trying to see where we have space that we can pull troops forward or disband troops that we don't need. I don't think we need the Scythian Lancers here. It's time for us to contract a little bit on our back provinces, such as Oslo here. I don't think we need this large of a force in Oslo. I don't think it's ever going to get attacked unless bad things happen. I know we need troops in Stockholm. I don't know about Arras, but I'm probably going to keep troops there for the time being. I also want to recruit some Nefertun for this army. And when I move out Sultan Jakmak here, I will recruit some troops to backfill into Hamburg Castle. And that will not be a problem. This still concerns me. It shouldn't. We should not be having a revolt, but we are. Unfortunately. And over here, all things are quiet. So yeah, let's end the turn. We have quite a long road ahead of us. I would like to end this series sometime in my lifetime. This was the first series that I did coming back to the interwebs. And we're almost a year through. And I haven't finished it yet. It's great. Okay, he is actually quite good. A 21-year-old with 4 command stars. I don't know where you're going to spawn, but please do spawn. Is that you? Right in London. Perfect. I certainly don't want this guy leading my army. He can't even take care of a few stragglers.
We move, Sultan.
So we are definitely getting an army built up in London again. We are building up troops in Hamburg, or at least we will be. And it doesn't look like the Milanese has decided what they want to do yet, which is technically good for me, I suppose. And Antwerp has calmed. Good. The Bastion is as stalwart as ever. Just go ahead and retrain as many of these guys as I can. It's gonna be a long process. Well, I might be able to condense it a little bit. All these troops can be built in here, except for the Ottoman infantry, the one unit of Ottoman infantry. So let's just go ahead and merge them, like that. And let's build... I think that was a Saracen militia. Oh, here are the Janissary archers. 10 defense, 10 missile attack, 10 melee attack. That's not better than the Ottoman infantry. The Ottoman infantry are better armored, but the Janissary archers do have slightly more missile attack. Interesting. So they are dedicated archers. They are capable of fighting in melee, but you really don't want them to. I will build a unit of those because we are sorely lacking in archers here. And we'll go ahead and retrain the rest of them. And that will take care of the Bastion for a while. We are number 1 in finance and production. Milan is number 1 in everything else. It's great. I love it. Okay, we've completed a bunch of buildings. Well, we've repaired a bunch of buildings, mostly. Master Explorers Guild. Kill it! Kill it! The only thing we want in our cities is trade guilds. Adventurers are dumb. Okay, can we build anything in Hamburg? We can build a Master Armorer. Do we want to? I guess there's no reason not to. I'm tempted to get some of these... oh, jeez. Kapukulu. These heavy cavalry court slaves. But I just... based on the tactics that I'm using in this game, which is essentially raining arrows of death down upon them, I don't know what use the heavy infantry will have other than running into arrow fire. Can we build anything over here? Yes, the Caribbean has some buildings we can build. We should probably build a land clearance, but I hate doing that. Okay, well, we'll just let them go. What's this? Pirates? I didn't know pirates could spawn over here. Neat. And we're upgrading the wooden wall. Good. Do I have an Amman? Yes. Okay, let's go through and upgrade some things. Let's build... The thing is, I don't really need anything else. What I really need to do is just build an army and go attack. But I hate doing that because if something bad were to happen and we get trashed again, I'm going to need the infrastructure to rebuild. I'm going to need a stables in Inverness. And I'm going to need cannon towers in Dublin. So while I hate... It's not really wasting the money, but it feels like it is. As much as I hate spending the money to do things like that, I kind of have to. Let's move our free, quote-unquote free, units into Nottingham for the time being. That just gets them out of the way of our mustering of forces here in London. And I want to build... Do you want to use Grand Bombards to fill out the remaining 2 slots? I guess we do. There's no real reason not to, unless we want to try out these handgunners. 13 missile attack, 12 defense. What are these arquebusiers? 14 and 10. So these handgunners are slightly more armored, but do slightly less damage. Sure, let's Let's see. What's being built?
Away, blasphemous knave.
Almond infantry and 2 Nafatoon. That's not very many infantry. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Let's build a couple of handgunners. I might leave a couple of these Sifi here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Maybe take 2 of them out and only have 6. And then fill up the rest with more Ottoman infantry. It sounds like an idea. I don't know whether it's a good idea, but it sounds like an idea. I didn't check to see if the Danes were attacking again. Ooh. My eyes are locked on that Milanese army, though. An English spy sneaking into Antwerp and dying. I knew it. I knew there had to be spies in there. 7,800 income in York. Sure, we'll marry off whoever that is. And a merchant's guild. Perfect. That's so much better than an explorer's guild. Yep. Milan's the most advanced faction, of course. And over here. Should I build a masjid? We don't get anything out of the mines, so yes. Also build a second Iman. Normally I would build a fishing village here. Or a port here first. But these New Year, yeah, Happy New Year, Happy New Year. These New World provinces can't trade outside of this section of the map. So there's no real point in building a port. Antwerp has a bigger masjid. Let's build a Jama. Let's retrain some troops. Actually, I should build cannon towers. Anything that I capture that I have the option to build cannon towers immediately, I should build cannon towers, because cannon towers are very important.
How may I serve, Sultan? As you will.
Okay, let's move
Sultan.
to the Sifi. You know, no, that looks good. Let's try this.
Sultan.
Of course, we can't move that army this turn because of the Nafatoon and Ottoman infantry that just got there. But this army is ready to move out. Where are we going to take this
How
army?
may I serve, Sultan?
I think we should take on the Milanese army on the border, because if we don't, they're just going to move in and attack Hamburg. And then we can try to move into, like, Metz. Since that's another castle, it'll be defensible. Frankfurt would give us another city. And Magdeburg here is actually very undefended, at least as far as I can tell. That's interesting. But there's no telling if there's
Setting a watch here, mighty Sultan.
army hiding in the shadows. It doesn't look like it.
We will
Okay, let's
engage
move on
them
Magdeburg
honorably.
and let us
Tomorrow's
build,
journey awaits.
rebuild the garrison here. We'll start with that. We'll continue building there as I remember to. We'll also bring some of these troops down, the
Sultan.
Janissaries,
How may I serve? We march.
just in case. We shouldn't have any issues.
Wow,
There's a
fleet.
Timurid maybe there. Ah. I thought I smelled the
An honor
Danes.
to serve.
Sultan.
Note,
Yes, Sultan.
real Danes
We
don't
close
stink.
for battle.
Don't make fun of them.
Alhamdulillah.
Captain Snorri,
Your
of
faith and
course.
courage have triumphed.
Snoring on the job, more like it.
Alhamdulillah. Allah has granted us victory.
Okay, retrain everybody, I suppose. Can we build anything in Oslo? We can. But it's the same mental debate that I had before. I don't really want to build things up here. But Milan scares me enough that I know nothing is for certain. Let's go ahead and build a couple more baglas. Or one more bagla. That is also fine. How is the bastion looking? Good. You have a Timurid army
That
right
is
here.
cowardly. Fight me!
Interesting. Elephants. Mongols and Timurids aren't at war, are they? They shouldn't be. They weren't the last time I looked. Okay. They're not. Lots of turn running, not a lot of progress. There's the Milanese army. And there's the Timurid army. Looks like we're going to be having a fight. Stockholm and the Caribbean. Bizarre, definitely. 100%. I am 900% behind that. And we'll build communal farming, I guess. Can I build merchants here? No, I will need a grain exchange. We'll queue that up for next time. Let's move some of these troops over into Antwerp.
As you will.
The Ottoman infantry
Orders.
and two of the Sifis.
Orders. Splitting our forces.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine. There's barely anybody here. Man. And what are we going to do about this? I had kind of hoped to get a navy out.
Yes, Sultan. Closing to engage.
Get out of here.
The infidel
You
surrenders
too.
the sea.
Get out of here.
Attacking the infidel fleet.
Thank you.
Victory, Sultan.
An honor to serve.
Don't you know it's rude to lock people in ports?
Na'am, mighty Sultan.
Horse set.
All right. We can go ahead and retrain those navy guys, and we can go ahead and bring these Saracen militia back down into
As you
London.
will.
We have an army.
Yes, noble master.
We're gonna march for this fort, and then we're probably going to go after Khan. I'd like to take England out of the equation completely. I don't know how many provinces they have left, though. Let's see. They have a slight uptick in everything. Three territories left.
Noble one.
The problem is it's tempting going after Magdeburg. There's nothing stopping me from just walking into this city.
We will engage them
Literally
honorably.
walking into
We
this
shall
city.
endure outside
We
their
can
walls.
auto-calculate that
Lay
out.
siege. Alhamdulillah.
And
Your faith
we
and
should
courage have triumphed.
actually we're fine.
The
Okay.
word of the blessed prophet will be spread here.
So that
Victory!
got us a small region here. Not very much. And there's a little bit of a backfill of Timurid troops. I'm intrigued as to why this wasn't repaired. Did they just take this? Did I miss that? I may have. Either way. It's possible the Timurids don't have any money. Just because of how quickly they've expanded, but no, they have to have money. They have money. They don't have as much money as they had. That is kind of interesting. So we're definitely going to go after this fort, and then we're going to go after Khan, and then we're going to come over here to Rennes. Oh, what the heck is this going on here? I think I had a governor die. That's unfortunate.
Come and get me.
Spear militia
coward.
blocking the road.
As my sultan wills.
Don't approve of that. Really? That made them more angry? How did that make them more angry? Religious unrest. Whatever. Build a spy. Let them fix everything. What's this? was this? Oh, this is Turkomans. I knew that. I've been dealing with Turkomans the whole game. Okay. Alright. Let's call that a turn. Yeah, we didn't fight that battle. Whatever. France is diplomating one of my armies. It's probably attempting to bribe it. That tends to be what goes on when those things happen. Okay, another quiet turn. The Milanese
An honor to serve.
have remaneuvered their army. And the English have come out to play.
You are not my lead.
Interesting. My new spy in Edinburgh got some things. We've got a lot of things. Okay. Edinburgh got a Sultan's Palace. We'll go ahead and build, I don't know. A ballista tower. Towers are always good. Nottingham, you get a master armor. Yes. And Arras gets a Sultan's Palace. Why not? What am I going to do about this? Unfortunately, by taking Magdeburg, we have expanded the front here, and we now have 2 castles we have to worry about. Are we going to take Stettin for a 3rd one? We might. Poland. Prague. Interesting. Wait. Is that the only Timurid province up here? I mean, Prague and Krakow, obviously. But they don't actually touch these provinces. Oh, well now that changes things. Because most often, as I've said, the AI does not attack provinces that don't border them. So if we took Stettin, it's possible the Timurid presence might go away. At least with this Timurid presence. This Timurid presence isn't going to get away anytime soon.
Yes, noble.
Well, let's ride out and meet
This will
the
be an
English.
honorable battle.
Captain Davy, he has a lot of mortars. And a lot of heavy infantry. Oof. Demi-lancers. And you, Prince Harold, you do not. You have some peasants and some knights. This is going to be a rough battle, though, because they have a lot of heavy infantry, and we don't have a lot of heavy infantry. I wouldn't call the Ottoman infantry
Inshallah,
heavy.
we shall all find a way to an honorable victory.
They also have a lot of cannons, which are whatever. Cannons hurt, but I don't think they're going to make the difference this time. Well, how do we want to do this? The obvious idea would be to put everything up on this big hill. But something tells me that if I do that, I'm going to have to walk my army forward towards them anyway. There's a smaller hill here. We might be able to do something with this. Turn off skirmish mode. It's filthy. Nobody likes it. And then the Nafatoon are up front. Ish. Kind of. Handgunners. That's right, we do have handgunners as well. Let's put them on the flanks. Sort of like that. And sort of like that. Now, we're going to take losses on the handgunners because they're not close range units. But if they do the damage, I'm not going to care. Okay, let's group up that unit of Sisyphus. Let's group up this unit of Sisyphus. And let's move our general to someplace we know where he is. Back far enough that he won't die to cannons. That would never happen. But that will be for next time I know, we don't have a battle this episode, but I'm trying to keep the episodes between 25 and 30 minutes long. Some of the episodes, they kind of drug on a little bit. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Let's start.
Our foe brings more men to the battle.
False end. Ooh. Well, that's an unfortunate placement for the reinforcements. Let's go ahead and bring our Sipahi in and just barrage them with arrows. Turn off that skirmish mode. The amount of heavy infantry concerns me greatly. And the fact that these guys are attacking uphill. Focus on the knights for the moment. Okay, we're going to be sort of fighting a two-front war over here. Okay, those guys are on fire at will. Ooh. There's a few arrows. Actually, let's turn on skirmish mode. I don't like... These guys are going to get close. Man, these guys are going to take a lot of damage. I hope you handgunners are ready. Because I'm not. Yeah, that's how you skirmish. Just skirmish right into them. That is the ideal skirmish maneuver. Oh wow. Well, they sure took care of the Navatoon, didn't they? But the Navatoon, they I think they took care of them a bit too. Heavy cavalry. How many are there? There's 41. Let's try to whittle down the heavy cavalry. Fire at will, guys. It's more important that they don't break through our line than it is not hitting friendly fire. Excuse me. This is the first sort of real army we've faced. I mean, we've faced sort of light infantry and medium infantry. We've never faced a whole army with full of heavy infantry. Not like this, anyway. We're gonna have these heavy units coming in from the rear. Let's have our general charge these peasants. We need to slow these guys down because this is going to hurt. Turn and fire at the general. Okay, our bodyguard should be able to handle these peasants. That shouldn't be an issue.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
These handgunners, we've sort of effectively been pincered here. Oof. I'd like these peasants to break.
Rejoice! The infidel general lies dead.
Well, a general
Now his
is
men
dead.
fear us.
Okay, that's Captain Davy. That's the captain of the larger English army. That's good. Should hopefully coerce him to rout.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Okay, let's
We
go ahead
must
and
pray they
focus
use their will
on
to
the
fight.
real general here. Meanwhile, our general is going to try to get in around these guys. Because I don't really want to engage their general while my archers are firing on them. That was, I think we got this battle, but I took more losses than I wanted to. Unfortunately, our army consistency isn't the best for dealing with multiple armies coming from multiple directions. It's better if they can focus their
Rejoice! The infidel general lies
attention
dead.
in one
Now
area
his
or
men
another
fear our
area.
enemy flees before us like a herd of goats.
But we
Drive
have
them
this
from the
battle.
battle.
Most of our Sifis have survived, somehow. Let's go ahead and charge the culverins with our cavalry. But most of our infantry took a beating. This was definitely not a decisive win for me. You guys did a good job.
Victory is
Still,
well within our grasp. In time,
look
our
on the
foe will
bright
surely
side.
see this and lose heart.
We're not going to be dealing with armies consisting of almost entirely heavy cavalry. Especially when we get to dealing with the Mongols and the Milanese and the Timurids. Their armies are comprised more of light and archer units. And that's where these guys are going to excel, I think, / hope. The English, they have a large professional army. Well, large, I say tentatively. It's not very large anymore. But they have a professional army. The Spanish and French also have professional armies. I think. No, the Spanish might not.
Victory is well within our grasp.
Professional
Our foe will
army
surely see
in
this and
Medieval
lose
2
heart.
is just sort of a fancy word for they get elite units. Elite, like, infantry and whatnot. And their roster is much more balanced than some of the
Our enemy
factions that
flees
do
before
not
us like a herd
have
of goats.
a
Drive
professional
them from
army.
the battle.
Go ahead and drive them from the battle. I want to make sure I kill as many as I can, even though most of what's left is just the heavy infantry.
Victory is ours. A victory
It's
both
going to
righteous
say
and
clear
well-deserved.
victory, but
It
we
cannot be said
lost.
otherwise.
We lost a lot of men. It might not look so bad when the smoke clears, though. Remember, not everyone who falls in battle is lost. Kill them.
A most honorable victory.
And if we can use this as a springboard into
What is the
Khan,
Sultan's will? The infidel's
that.
army will not survive. Besieging the enemy. We have the
Okay, so
infidels
here's what I wanna
under
do.
siege, Sultan.
merge everyone.
Na'am.
3 units of archers and some gunners and some
How may I
Neptune.
serve, Sultan?
I don't like that. But they don't have much in the way of defenses. That was pretty much most of their army. The Milanese general died. Interesting. And England hates us. Who would have guessed? We almost have a full army built up in Hamburg again. We should also deal with these guys at some point.
Come and get me, you coward.
But that will be next time. Actually, it won't, because I'll probably forget about those rebels. But until then... Oh. 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 The Milanese family member didn't die. That was just a second army.